Engagement. What does the term engage mean? To entangle or entrap in, or as if in a snare. To attract and hold by influence or power. To interlock with, to cause to mesh. To bind oneself to do something. To provide occupation for. To hold the attention of. To induce to participate. To deal with. To be in gear. What do you think you would see if your students were engaged in learning? When you enter a classroom, what would make you say, "This is it. This is where I would want my child to be"? Carl Glickman says that we can't separate the achievement gap from the participation gap. If this is true, and we believe that it is, as educators, how do we get students to become engaged? How do we close the participation gap? Our essential question for this session: which teaching strategies promote student willingness, need, desire, and compulsion to participate in and be successful in the learning process? At the end of this session, you should know research-based exemplary practices, activating strategies, summarizing strategies, questioning strategies, Bloom's taxonomy, and how to differentiate learning for the different levels and students in your class. You will be able to understand the relationship between engagement and achievement, how to align research-based strategies with standards, and the role of effective questioning and critical thinking. At the end of this module, you will be able to create lessons based on research-based strategies, use and adapt strategies and graphic organizers to increase engagement, write content questions using Bloom's taxonomy, and differentiate instruction by content and by learner. Highly effective teachers have always known that what they do as teachers makes a difference in what their students do as learners. Take a look at this learning pyramid. Passive activities, the kind of which traditional teaching is known for, guarantee only a small percentage of retention. Edgar Dale's cone of learning reveals that only 10% of what students read is likely to stay with them. 20% of what they hear, 30% of what they see is retained. While still a limited amount, mixing the senses produces more retention. Up to 50% of what is simultaneously seen and heard stays with you. Active participation ensures more learning. Up to 70% of what is said remains with the speaker. Up to 90% of what is both said and done is retained with the presenter. Therefore, participating in discussions, giving speeches, doing dramatic presentations, simulating the real thing, and doing the real thing ensures better retention. Anyone walking past a classroom should expect to see structured, mediated activity. Never should they expect to see the teacher talking extensively beyond the first minutes of class. What are exemplary instructional practices? In the following PowerPoints, you will learn about essential questions, inductive learning, activating and summarizing strategies, using graphic organizers, critical thinking, and higher order questioning. According to Eric Jensen, students who do the talking and the doing do the learning.